Everyone, this is Nitish and today I will teach you Chapter 7 of Economic Survey 2022 and 23. Today is episode number 7 and chapter is Climate Change. This will be helpful for this year UPSC exam, but before starting this class, I would like you to please subscribe the channel and also like and comment on videos. These contents are free of cost, so for test series and foundation video, you can contact to Vysh on WhatsApp 7200 So, let's begin. Starting with the introductory part, India has integrated the development goals with the ambitious climate action goal, be it in the form of augmented solar power capacity, higher energy saving targeting notified in PAT Cycle 7, or improved green cover facilitated by Green India Mission, among other targeted government actions. In August 2022, the country updated the nationally determined contributions in line with the Honorable PM's vision expressed in 26th meeting of the Conference of Party UNFCCC. In terms of transition to renewable energy sources, India has already achieved its target of 40% installed electric capacity from non-fossil fuels ahead of 2030. It has advanced the target to 50%, which shall also translate to a significant reduction in average emission rate. The National Hydrogen Mission and the Green Hydrogen Policy have been introduced to enable India to be energy independent by 2047. So you have to remember this year that India have to be energy independent by 2047. Its pivotal role is also reflected in India's long-term low-emission development strategy. The availability of adequate and affordable finance remain a constraint in India's climate action. Asia is most vulnerable to climate change, especially to extreme heat, flooding, sea level rise, and erratic rainfall. Jobs that are likely to be created in the so-called green economy, countries are titled towards skill and technology intensive than in traditional industries. India is considered to be one of the most vulnerable countries given its long coastline, monsoon-dependent agriculture, and large agrarian economy. The fact that climate change is a global phenomenon and requires collective effort has been widely accepted and is the basis of commitments in the UNFCCC and its Paris Agreement. Now, let's look at this extra chart which is representing the net zero pledges of the country. And here you have to learn only two things. Here you have to learn the pledge target of important countries like India, which is 2070, China, which is 2060. India is 2070, China is 2060. Now, you can also focus on the important countries like Brazil and Canada, which is 2050, and UK, USA, and Germany. So, for UK and USA, the year is 2050, but for Germany, it is 2045. So, you have to learn these countries' net zero pledges. Now, move on to next slide. Next topic, India's climate action. India's climate vision is integrally linked to its vision of development that foregrounds the goals of poverty eradication and guaranteeing basic well-being to all its citizens. Here, once again, look at the progress on the 8 national missions of NAPCC, highlighting the achievements across various domains. So, I will suggest you try to learn this 8 national missions of NAPCC, that is written on the left hand side, that is National Solar Mission, National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, National Mission for a Green India, National Water Mission, National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change, National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem, and last one is the National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. These missions are very important, so please try to remember it, because in UPSC preliminary examination it can be asked that which of the following are the national missions of NAPCC, and in the statement it is given National Solar Mission, National Water Mission, National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, and in the option it is given 1, 2, 1, 2 and 3, like that. So you have to identify there. So please try to memorize this. Continuing with the same topic, India ranked third globally with respect to net gain in average annual forest area between 2010 and 2020. Among the Indian states, Arunachal Pradesh has the maximum carbon stock in forest, followed by Madhya Pradesh. But in terms of per hectare forest carbon stock, Jammu Kashmir is contributing the maximum per hectare carbon stock. So here you have to differentiate between Arunachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir on the basis of the parameter that if it is asked maximum carbon stock, then Arunachal Pradesh, but if it is asked per hectare forest carbon stock, then it is Jammu and Kashmir. Look at this bar graph which is representing the carbon stock in forest in India has been rising, that is from 2011 to 2019, and if it is asked that it is steadily increasing, then it is a true statement. Continuing with the same topic regarding mangroves, that the government has taken both regulatory and promotional measures to protect and conserve mangroves. Now look the bar graph related to mangroves, that it has also steadily it is also steadily increasing from 2013 to 2021, because once we see the bar graph of 2009 and 2011, we can see that once we compare from 2011 to 2013, it is decreasing, but once we move from 2013 to 2021, it is steadily increasing. So here you have to understand the trends. India is progressively becoming a favorite destination for investment in renewables. Look graph for this. So here also we can see that in 2014 it is 6.1 USD billion, that is investment in renewables. But once we move, we can see that in 2021 it is 11.3. But in the question, if it is asked that the investment in renewables in India is constantly increasing, then this statement will be wrong. And if it is also asked that it is constantly decreasing, then the both statements will be wrong. The Central Climate Electricity Authority has projected the optimal generation capacity mix to meet the peak electricity demand and electrical energy requirement for 2029 and 30. Now let's look at the pie chart. So as I already told you, you have to see the highest and the lowest value. So here you can see the projected optimal mix for installed capacity for 2029 and 2030. So here the maximum is of coal sector, that is 32.66%, and minimum is of small hydro sector, that is 0.61%. Now move on. A report by Niti Aayog in June 2022 shows that renewable tariff in India have fallen in recent years and electrolyzer costs are expected to fall in the future. Niti's report estimates that the cumulative value of green hydrogen market in India will be USD 8 billion by 2030 and USD 340 billion by 2050. The electrolyzer market will be approximately USD 5 billion by 2030 and USD 31 billion by 2050. Move on to the next topic, that is finance for sustainable development. IMF data indicates that green bond of value around USD 620 billion, as it is already written in this slide, were issued across the world in the year 2021, in which countries issued green bonds of value USD 587.7 billion and international organizations issued bond of value USD 32.3 billion. As per SEBI's data on green debt security during the period of 2017 to September 2022, 15 Indian corporates have issued green bonds of value rupees 4,539 crore. Now let's look at this bar graph which is representing the status of sovereign green bond issuance in 2021. So once again you have to identify the highest and the lowest value. So here we can see that the highest issuance of sovereign green bond is by the United Kingdom, that is 21.7 USD billion, and the lowest is by Colombia, that is 0.4 USD billion. Now move on to next topic, that is decisions at COP27. COP27 to the UNFCCC was held from 6 to 20th November 2022 in Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt. So here you have to learn the place where this COP27 had taken place, that is Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt. Now India participated in COP27 with a focus on mainstreaming the theme of life, that is lifestyle for environment. The Indian pavilion at COP27 27 highlighted the theme of life in various ways: models, audio-visual displays, activities, and 49 side events. India invited all countries to join Life Movement, which is a pro-people and pro-planet effort seeking to shift the world from mindless and wasteful consumptions to mindful and deliberate utilization of natural resources. The cover decision of COP27, titled Sharm el-Sheikh Implementation Plan, notes the importance of the transition to sustainable lifestyle and sustainable pattern of consumption and production for efforts to address climate change. During COP27, developed nations strongly voiced setting up a strong fund for loss and damage. It was also recognized that the target of $100 billion per year is yet to be achieved. Continuing with the same topic, during the COP27, lead IT members adopted a joint statement wherein members collectively agreed to promote value chain partnership and material circularity, invest and cooperate on the planning and implementation of infrastructure to support energy and industry transition, give multilateral development banks and multilateral climate funds mandates to de-risk investment in the transition of heavy industries in emerging and developing countries, and last one is to formulate roadmap for heavy industry sector that includes regulatory frameworks, incentives, and long-term strategies to facilitate transition finance and attract private investment. Next topic is environment. The 15th meeting of Conference of Parties to the Convention on Biological Diversity took place between 7th and 19th of December 2022 in Montreal, Canada. So here you have to learn this place where this took place, that is Montreal, Canada. India and Nepal signed MOU in August 2022 on biodiversity conservation to strengthen and enhance the coordination and cooperation in the field of forest, wildlife, environment, biodiversity conservation, and climate change, including restoration of corridors and interlinking areas and sharing knowledge and best practices between the two countries. As of August 2022, India is home to 53 tiger reserves covering approximately 75,796.8 square kilometer area in 18 states, with about 75% of the wild tiger population at the global level. As an attempt to reduce pollution caused due to littered plastic waste in the country, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change notified the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules 2021. On July 1, 2022, a ban was imposed on the manufacture, import, stocking, distribution, and sale of the plastic. The government published the Battery Waste Management Rules 2022 to ensure environmentally sound management of waste batteries. The government also notified the E-Waste Management Rules 2022, and from the name itself you can identify that it is regarding e-waste, that is electronic waste. Conclusion. Despite the adverse impacts of COVID-19 on the economy, India has enhanced its climate ambition manifold and embarked on the long-term strategy towards a low greenhouse gas emission development strategy by adopting a multi-pronged approach. The Sustainable Finance Framework has also evolved from the initial steps, covering the top listed 100 companies required to conform to sustainable standards. India's climate ambition requires resources to be dedicated to change of climate change in addition to what is needed for the country's development goal. Obligation on climate should be matched with the on-time availability of climate finance, technology, and inputs like critical minerals, while not jeopardizing the socio-economic development objectives and aspiration. The global climate agenda will advance if advanced country can set examples of policy and behavioral changes that works in their backyard and whose trade-offs are well recognized and accepted by their people. So that's all for today. I hope you like the content and video. So please like and comment on video, subscribe the channel and stay tuned.